There's a phrase I heard, I don't know if it's from submarines or a movie, run silent, run deep. What I mean by that is that when something like this happens to Jack Murphy, his the correct response for him should have been go silent, go dark for at least a month. And this stuff would have blown over eventually, especially after the first dust up with Sydney Watson on You Are Here podcast with Elijah Schaefer. Now, if he would have done that, or better yet, if even before that, if he would have just sort of like, look, it was a long time ago, and I just want to move on. Okay, fine. She probably would have said, okay, fine. She probably wouldn't have queried more. Now, it got worse when people started digging up stuff. And now, this isn't necessarily new from his article back being sending his girlfriend, I think now wife or whatever, I guess, to go on a Tinder date with Matt from Tinder, do stuff, and that's all we knew about. And then he started doubling down. He went on Tim Pool's podcast and exclaimed that he told her, Cindy Watson, and Elijah Schaefer, I don't want to talk about this. Well, then Cindy Watson says, no, that's not true because he never once said anything like that. And people started peeling more layers back, digging a little deeper. They found some stuff that he'd done some movies. And he was on a podcast and talked about some acts that I'm not even going to do. If you want to find out, you can find out. Now, people like Nick Rekieta, he started commenting about it. And then Jack Murphy sort of DM'd Nick Rekieta and says, hey, you shouldn't, the people that we know wouldn't really care for this. He's like, what? And if we don't really think about Nick Rekieta, he's not a person to, fold like a cheap suit. He says, oh, really? And then he started talking about it. And then Jeremy from The Quartering started talking about it. He started delving a little deeper and found some spicy videos. And again, if you do spicy videos, more power to you. There is nothing wrong with that if you want to do it. However, if you're going to hold yourself up to be an alpha male, some stuff like this is going to happen. And well, people started digging way more deeper than they probably should have. And they found some stuff. And believe you and me, some of these stills I've seen, holy smokes. That's all I want to see. I don't want to see any more of that. Because Jack Murphy's apparently a hairy dude. Again, some things you can't unsee. Now, thankfully, I didn't see much more than that. So, again, as I stated early in my video here, run silent, run deep. You should have done that when you blew up. But you didn't. You started doubling down and tripling down. Now you started quadrupling down by claiming some videos on Twitter saying this is revenge porn, even though it's publicly available anywhere out there and some Russian server out there. Again, if you're trying to hold yourself on high as an alpha male or a sigma chad or whatever the hell you want to call them these days, you're part of the manosphere, and then you do some stuff that isn't necessarily manly. Maybe it is in some respects, in some alleys and some corners of the internet or some corners of society. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. Maybe to you it is. Good for you. So herein lies the rub. He made it worse. Double down, triple down, quadruple down. Started pulling people into it, and people started going, wait a minute. And this guy, Mr. Dickenballs, who did that guy is doing God's work, because all he did was some super chat. Hey, you want to talk about this cock article? He blew the hell up. And Undead Chronic got on it. Everybody and their mother's got on it. And I kind of sat back and like, should I talk about it? I'm like, yeah, I kind of would use this as a case study in shutting the hell up. You don't have to broadcast every single thing you do. And especially if you do prawn, I don't know, put a freaking mask on. So you can claim, that wasn't me. Kind of looks like you. Nope, wasn't me. Do you see my face? Nope, no, sorry, I was wearing a furry mask. Sorry, not me. And that would probably be the end of it, even though people would have their suspicions and people would have their opinions. And therein lies the rub. This is a case study on shutting the hell up, running silent, running deep, and letting it blow over. And apparently, his attitude and his ego would not let that happen. And that's exactly what happened. And this is my opinion, of course. Again, I'm not condemning this guy from doing whatever. It's kind of freaky. I get it. It is. I'm not no Pollyanna, but there's some things the stuff that he was doing is beyond my horizon thousands of miles. This is probably between here and Venus. It's talking about the distance of stuff I don't even want to touch with that sort of, you know, zero 0.5 light year pole. There's no, I want nothing to do with stuff that he, you know, especially, just imagine this. He has that liminal order, and there's all these people out there. He professed to being an alpha Chad and doing this and that and talking all this stuff, and you find out he'd done this. This isn't necessarily alpha, especially. I know I'm not simping for Sydney Watson here, but to talk crap like that and go you heartfelt F you, it's like, why? You just don't. There's some things you just don't do. It's not really. There wasn't a manly reaction that you should have had. You shouldn't have done it, but you did, and it is what it is. And so now he's gonna have to find some way to rebuild what he lost. And there's a lot, by the way. He lost a lot here, and he's still basically losing everything here. And I don't know. It's it's crazy that to see something so innocuous, something so, I guess, simple, you know, just totally destroy your whole narrative, your whole way of being, your whole persona you're presenting on the internet. You presented this, but it's actually this. It's insane. And again, I just want to reiterate, if you ever come across like this, hide your face. I hide my face because I've been burned in a grease fire or whatever. I haven't, but you know, that's kind of what I say. I don't necessarily, what I talk about, my face doesn't have nothing to do with what's going on. And luckily, all my shenanigans, you know, just childish shenanigans, was in the 80s and 90s. I don't have any more than that. Luckily, that's all I have to, I guess, answer for, whatever that means. But again, this is just a case study on shutting the hell up. And if you're trying to present yourself as one thing, you better guarantee goddamn that you have no skeletons in your closet, that if someone peels back the layers of the onion or opens that closet door and all these skeletons come out and slam you down, that you're gonna have to answer to it someday. Again, nothing wrong with what he did on his own time and with his own consenting adults, but it does leave a, dare I say, bad taste in your mouth when you're presenting yourself in a certain way, presenting yourself in the manosphere as a alpha Chad, you know, bearded, you know, tough guy, lumberjack. Then to come to find out that you like to be, you know, pleasured in ways that most, according to straight men, usually don't like to be pleasured in. So, again, this is one of these things to where you should have just took the L, took the knee, went silent, went deep, and moved on with your life. But sometimes your ego gets in the way.